This video is sponsored by Dreamverse. Dreamverse is the world's first NFT and music festival. It is being held on the 4th of November at Terminal 5 in New York. It is a physical event. Really cool stuff happening. In particular, it is the first time that Bleeple's The First 5,000 Days NFT will be showcased. This is the most expensive NFT in the world at $69 million. There's a whole bunch of art stuff going on, including AR and VR experiences. That's from 12 to 4 p.m. And then there is the Dreamverse party from 8 to 1 a.m. Headlined by Alesso, various other artists there as well. Of course, the tickets are NFTs designed by a lot of money. You can buy them now. You get this sepia version, and when you turn up and get them scanned, you get this fully colourful version of the ticket itself, a valuable NFT. So check it all out. It's happening the 4th of November in New York. Check it out at dreamverse.life. Thanks for the sponsorship. Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So news today is Yield Guild Games is going to spend $1 million in STAR Atlas, at least buying NFTs there. So let's unpick it a little bit. So Yield Guild is this sort of online community of blockchain or gamers who play blockchain games. Effectively, it's going to, if it's not a DAO already, it sort of is moving towards a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Yield Guild's got very famous because it started onboarding people to play Axie Infinity. So Yield Guild had a whole bunch of Axie NFTs. It lent those out to people to play. And those people got 70% of the money they made playing the game, and the rest of it was sort of distributed, and 10% actually went back to Yield Guild. So they sort of built up this sort of community. I think about 10,000, probably maybe more than that, probably 20,000 now. But anyway, some thousands of players who sort of committed to this organization in various ways, and they basically play games to earn in-game assets. Those in-game assets then sort of are shared. The money is shared between the people who are doing the gaming and the sort of organisation as a whole. And then the interesting thing is Yield Guild has raised some money. It's got its own token. It's raised VC money, so it has assets to deploy. It's also it's sort of earning money all the time because it's people who are its sort of community members are earning their sort of money, and some of that's going to Yield Guild. So it's actually quite an interesting combination of capital, of sort of token value, and also it has whatever 10,000, 20,000 players. And when blockchain games are starting out, the hardest thing is to get your first 1,000 players, because you need people coming in and trading in the marketplaces and providing sort of liquidity and providing sort of price dynamism. And Yield Guild actually has money, and more importantly, it sort of has people to bring into these games. So the first 1,000 people might be Yield Guild. So it's got quite an interesting business model. Other people are doing the same thing now. It's not sort of rocket science, but Yield Guild sort of was the one to sort of blaze the trail here. So it's interesting that it's done deals now, I think, over a dozen games where it's either investing money or it's investing money and it's sort of player base. So the latest one is Star Atlas. So Star Atlas is sort of interesting in the sense that Star Atlas is running on the Solana blockchain, the first real game running on Solana. Star Atlas, as you'd imagine, is from the name, is a very sort of ambitious sort of EVE Online type sort of game where you're zooming around in space, sort of trading for stuff and mining stuff and fighting and all those sort of typical resource management sort of things that we have sort of grown to love in things like EVE Online. There's quite a lot of blockchain games in this sort of space. So there's Infinite Fleet and Influence and a few other CSC, I suppose, sort of similar, taking the same approach. So anyway. So $1 million is, it's actually sort of seems a reasonable sum of money, but Yield Guild has sort of raised a lot. So it's actually not that much. They're buying these NFTs. Obviously, buying NFTs means if you want to, you can sort of sell the NFTs again. But it is a sort of a sort of vote of confidence, I guess, because Yield Guild, basically what Yield Guild cares about is not whether the value of the NFTs goes up. Yield Guild cares about that its users can earn money from it. So Yield Guild, it's not an investment fund, although it has investments. If that makes sense. It needs a game where people can come in and spend the day playing the game and earn $10, $20, $30. That's really what it needs. It needs a sort of strong sort of play to earn economy where people can sort of quickly sort of get stuff out. It doesn't really work that you sort of grind away and get something in a month's time. That's not really what they're interested in. So so we'll sort of see how that plays out. I mean, Star Atlas is in a pretty early stage yet. I mean, it's one of these games that will launch in stages over a number of years, a bit like Axie Infinity. There is going to be a mini game, I think, fairly soon. They say towards the end of the year. Again, it's one of these games. It's got 130 staff. You know, so it's you think sort of a somewhat crazy amount, really. But anyway, they're using Unreal 5, so they're playing up the AAA status, and the texture detail to be custom designed down to the pixel. And it's like, yeah, okay, what's your economics? So maybe I'm being too cynical. There's a mini game coming towards the end of the year. I think this is sort of a long-term plan, really. I don't think there's play to earn in Star Atlas for a while. So I think this is Yield Guild sort of deploying its money and probably, hoping that those assets will be worth, 5 million, 10 million by the time the game sort of comes out. And obviously people are sort of making a slight bet that this game will sort of be a sort of have an EVE Online sort of lifespan, in the sense of people who are playing it for decades. So there we go. It is interesting. I think Yield Guild is one of the more fascinating sort of business models that we've seen from blockchain games. They're saying basically they have a NFT drop happening this week, actually on October the 7th. So obviously that's all on Solana. So if you're interested in Star Atlas, you need to sort out a Solana wallet. There are loads of Solana wallets and go there. But anyway, that's what's going on there. Lots of deals being made. Thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World Daily, our daily slice of what's going on in the world of blockchain games. So please subscribe to the channel for more details. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.